afternoon. It's Monday afternoon, and it just come a gully washer last night. That's what I'd call a gully washer. It's been raining pretty hard all morning, and it's still sprinkling a little bit. So what did I do? I went and looked at a hay baler this morning. So we've got these two hickory boards here, and this is almost the way they came from my supplier here. They are plain on one side, and they have one side straight line ripped, so the other side is just kind of various widths there as the log was cut. And so I had an order for a hickory board at church yesterday morning, so gonna do that. And while I'm doing one, I might as well do two, so kind of double up on them. So with cutting boards, a handle like this is a popular thing, so I made me a template for this. This is the markings here. I'll cut these out on the bandsaw. This pattern is narrower than this. That's no problem. I'll just extend the lines there, just like that. So you might ask, why did I go look at a hay baler? Aren't you in the woodworking? Well, how the heck should I know? I don't know why I did that. I started out in the hay baling business when I was young, and I've always kind of missed it since then. I'd like to go back to that yester youth, I guess, and bale some hay again. But I do want to get a few cows, and instead of buying hay, I would like to do my own hay. So looking for some cheap used equipment. There's no amount of cattle I can do that can justify what you can spend on hay equipment. I can't spend $100,000 on hay equipment, so that's not possible. So I'm gonna find me some dependable, hopefully, used equipment that I can make some hay with, and I think that'll be fun. Well, you might say, isn't that a risk going into cattle? Well, yeah, but everything is risk. There's nothing you could do in life that's not risk. Even laying in the bed has some inherent risk. You could get a blood clot just sitting around, and keel over and be gone just like that. If life has taught me anything, it goes by fast, and you got to hang on for dear life, because there's not much else you can do. So, but I think having some cows and livestock will be a nice, relaxing addition. I hope I can make some money with it. That is the goal of Coldwater Works, is to make enough money I don't have to work for someone else. I worked for other people a long time in my career, and I just would rather not do that anymore. I like to be an independent. I've struggled with that my life. I've always been independent. I like to make up my own mind. Even if it's the wrong decision, I make up my own mind. I make my own wrong choices, and whether right or wrong. And I have to do what's best for me and my family, of course. They're always considered when I make any decision, but that's some things you wrestle with. Woodworking is not without its risk. You know, before I did some woodworking throughout my career as a hobby, and that was just a little bit of dust on the weekend, but now I'm exposed to wood dust almost every day. So that's different, and that's a challenge, and that's a health risk that you have to consider when doing woodworking. So there's many more risks besides that. You could cut a finger off. Luckily, I still have all 10 of mine, so something I hope to keep is my fingers. So there's nothing you can do that is not inherently riskable. So my my intention is to make a profitable business eventually. Maybe not this year, but it wasn't the first year. I didn't make a whole lot of money the first year, but from the Lord's blessing, I didn't have to make that. I was just fine without making a huge profit the first year. So the second year, I'm branching out into other things, so that's taken more capital than I thought. So that's another consideration, but you have to spend money to make money. That's one of the first things I learned in life. So some things to consider. So now I got the basic shape formed and kind of shaped up on the oscillating spindle sander. What I'm going to do now is just round over these rough edges all the way around on both sides to make it nice and smooth. Almost forgot the handle holes. Always use a backer block where it doesn't tear through and make an ugly little tear out around the hole. Now it's all over but the sanding.
Or should I say, it's all over but the sanding.
So this is one of the most expensive pieces of shop equipment I have, is this jet 2550 sander. It takes a lot of my sanding labor, cuts a lot of it out, but it doesn't eliminate all of it. So this piece here is shaped like a baseball diamond, which has been a pretty popular seller for me. It's almost 17 inches wide. Now you could probably get some hickory lumber that is actually that wide, but you wouldn't want to use it because it would cup on you fairly severe. So what this is it's 4 pieces glued together, and still those pieces are cupped. Even after you glue them up, they still have a little cup in them, and they're not exactly true. So what this 2550 helps me do is make this perfectly flat. I could do that with a hand sander, but it would take more time, and I probably couldn't get quite as good as this machine does. So that saves me time and improves my quality. So a good machine, good investment, I think. So once again, it's got sharp edges. It's perfectly flat now after running it through the Jet 2550. And so I'll take this and round over these rough edges on the router table. And then I got some more fine-tuned sanding to do, so before we take it to the engraver. So this section here is bland hickory. And that's knotty hickory. So you've got bland and you've got knotty hickory. So sometimes I get a little carried away with my knots. I do love a knot. I love the accent with a knot, and I try to do that in most of my woodworking, but it looks so much different than the blandness. The bland is good, and it's structurally superior most of the time, and it has other many desirable qualities. But the knots, when people ask you, what is the purpose of life? What is the meaning of life? I think the good Lord would tell you that right there. That's the purpose of life. The knots. We'll get to engraving next time. Don't forget to subscribe.